वंदे मातरम। गणतंत्र दिवस के इस मंगल प्रभात में देश की राजधानी दिल्ली के सजे संवरे राजपथ पर प्रसार भारती दूरदर्शन और साथ ही अपने सहयोगी कमेंटेटर ब्रिगेडियर चित्तरंजन सावंत, सुनीत टंडन, रेनी खन्ना, विंग कमांडर प्रफुल्ल बख्शी, ललिन एस कोहली और मेजर विनोद कृष्ण की ओर से मैं जसदेव सिंह आप सब देशवासियों का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं। आप सबको बधाई और शुभकामनाएं और जननी जन्मभूमि को देश के जाने माने शायर बेकल उत्साही के शब्दों में जमीन करती है गणतंत्र के गगन को सलाम, तिरंगे अज़्म से हर फूल का चमन को सलाम।
will remember the day in 1950 when the Indian Republic was born with the formation of a government by the people, for the people, and of the people. That's our national symbol, the Sarnath Lions atop a symbolic stupa here right across the saluting days on Rajpath, New Delhi. This is a day which is celebrated with grandeur and patriotism throughout the country, where across the country in different state capitals, the national tricolour will be unfurled, and the nation will celebrate becoming a republic as also remembering the sacrifices that have gone into making a proud and prosperous republic over the last over 50 years. This is the VIP enclosure just below the saluting days, and we can see different countries represented here through their diplomats and people from different countries, people from all walks of life, all hues, everyone here today morning to celebrate the 53rd Republic Day. Over to my colleague, Praful Bakshi.
हर वर्ष जब हम यहाँ से आपको ये विवरण सुनाते हैं,
very great morning. And it is a day for all Indians to be proud of, the 53rd Republic of India. It is being celebrated with such gaiety and vigor, as we can see. The colorful attire of people on this winter morning, when the morning sun is coming on, dispersing not only the mist, but also the cold weather. The visibility area you had mentioned is very beautiful. As you can see, down the Rajpath, absolutely clean atmosphere, and you can see the Rashtrapati Bhavan right in front of us, and the parade will march from the Rashtrapati Bhavan side towards India Gate. Of course, today's parade has been curtailed because the military columns and the marching columns of Indian Army, Navy and Air Force are practically not there except for the 61st Cavalry. And here we have all the dignitaries who have arrived.
और अब इंडिया गेट पर जो अमर जवान ज्योति है, प्रधानमंत्री श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी वहां पर समस्त देश की ओर से जाने अनजाने शहीदों को श्रद्धा पुष्प अर्पित करेंगे। तो आइए इंडिया गेट।
मेजर विनोद कृष्णा, what do you say about that?
Absolutely perfect, Praful, and good morning, the right visibility.
Warmest greetings to you.
A true
on this,
honor
the 53rd
that is being bestowed on the Air Force, Indian Air Force, that is coming into focus now. India Gate.
At India Gate.
The magnificent India Gate on the other part, on the western part, on the very eastern part of Rajpath. The other side, as we know, is Rashtrapati Bhavan. India Gate,
this 53rd
officially inaugurated in 1931 by Duke of
Connaught. Blue sky you can see over there, a light
laid the
breeze
foundation
blowing.
stone of this victory
Fluffy
arch.
white clouds,
And this
framed through the arch
lovely
of this
sky that you see, good
monument
visibility, as we've
dedicated
been
to the memory
talking
of
about.
those who laid down their
It's a
lives
true
for the
and
country.
befitting symbol
And it is only
to the great honor that has been bestowed
below this arch
on the Indian Air Force
burns
by the country.
the eternal flame,
Air Marshal,
memory of
Air Chief
those
Marshal
who made
Arjun
the
Singh having
supreme
been
sacrifice for the
bestowed
nation.
the honor
And we
of
have
Marshal of the Air
the
Force.
Air Chief there.
That's a great honor,
Air Chief
Praful,
Marshal
to
S.
Indian Air Force, don't you think?
Arriving at
Indeed,
India Gate.
This is a
flames
very
there,
great honor for not
and
only
that
Indian Air Force and the
rifle
nation, but also for
reversed
the Air Chief Marshal Arjun
in
Singh, who has proved
sorrow
himself
with
in
a
all the
helmet
fields,
capping
from
it.
the battle,
The
field
word
of battle
India written
to
on this
the diplomatic corps.
great edifice.
And that's India Gate,
And
which was built
the stones
to commemorate the
inscribed
supreme
with the
sacrifice
names
of more than
those who died
90,000
in
Indian
the
soldiers
Afghan
during the
wars,
Great War of
Post-War War.
1914 in Afghan War and the World War I.
slowly The dignitaries assembled
that are inscribed
over here
on this
were
monument
the ensigns of the three services,
to the dead of the Indian
Army,
armies
the Navy and the
who
Air
fell
Force flutter
honored.
in the breeze. And there
And
the
that is the
helmet
symbol,
rocking gently in the
Amar
breeze on
Jawan,
top of that reversed
a rifle inverted as if in mourning,
a
but with
beautiful
a
and
salute with
moving
the helmet
monument
on top. Comments
commemorating
from
all those
Nalin.
who have done
Thank you, Vinod.
everything.
In fact,
who've
the function this morning will
sacrificed
commence
everything
with
to
Prime
preserve the
Minister
unity,
Atal Bihari
the
Vajpayee
integrity
paying
of our
tributes
country.
to the brave Jawans who
And it's
dedicated
only
their
fitting that
lives
on
for the nation.
this
With a
Republic Day,
wreath-laying ceremony
the Chief
at
Executive
the
of
Amar
the
Jawan
country,
Jyoti.
the Prime Minister pays homage to
The
all
Amar
those
Jawan, or the
who have made
immortal
our
soldier, is
lives
symbolized by a reversed rifle
comfortable,
drawn by a
possible
helmet.
in this sovereign
A ceremonial
democratic
tri-services contingent
who have
commanded by Wing Commander O.P.
made the
Gupta
supreme
will present
sacrifice
the
so that
Salami
we can live
Shastra
in
or the
freedom.
general salute.
And that's the Guard of
And
Honor.
this will be followed by the
Inter-Services Guard of Honor, which is
Shastra or
assembled
the
there,
reversing of
led
arms
by Wing
as a mark
Commander
of
O.P.
respect
Gupta,
to the Amar
which will
Jawan.
be presenting the
while
Salami
bugles
Shastra or general
sound the
salute.
last post.
And this will be
In a
followed
short while
by
from now,
Shok Shastra, or the reversing of the arms as a mark of respect
the
to
words
the Amar
Prime
Jawan,
Minister Atal
the
Bihari
immortal
Vajpayee
soldier.
will be arriving, and
While
those
the
were the
bugles
words Amar
will
Jawan,
sound the last
which
post.
means immortal
This is when a 2-minute
soldier,
silence will be observed by all present,
in the memory
after
of
which the
all
buglers
those
will
brave
sound the
soldiers
rouse,
who
and
laid
then
down
the
their
ceremony
lives,
will end
made the
again
supreme
with
sacrifice.
the Salami Shastra. And there
That is
we have
General
the Army Chief,
Padmanabhan,
General S. Padmanabhan,
Chief of the
arriving
Army Staff, arriving here
to be
at
greeted
the Amar
by
Jawan
the
Jyoti.
Naval Chief, Admiral Madhvendra
That's
Singh, and the
defense
Air Force Chief, Air Chief
personnel
Marshal S.
already
Krishnaswamy,
escorting in,
greeting
meeting
the
Admiral
fellow chiefs
Madhvendra
and
Singh,
standing in
who's the
line
Chief
to
of the
receive the
Naval
other
Staff,
dignitaries who will be
and Air
arriving,
Chief Marshal S. Krishnaswamy, Chief of the Air Staff.
and the
Ruffle.
Guard of Honor at the ready.
The three chiefs are now at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, and this is the inter-services
Last night we had
guard,
rain in Delhi,
which has been it is
and
commanded
the
by
rain
Wing
has
Commander
washed the
O.P.
air
Gupta.
clear, and it's a
And
beautiful, bright day.
The three chiefs are receiving the
Very
Sri
beautiful
U.V.
indeed.
Krishnaraju,
That
Minister of State for Defence.
The Minister of State for Defence,
U.V. Krishnaraju, Minister of State for Defence, is now at his place, and he's greeted. He's been greeted by the dignitaries out there. General
This
S.
is the
Padmanabhan
naval
has
contingent over
already
here.
arrived. He's Chief of the Army Staff, and this is the naval part
And
of the inter-services guard at
we are
the
awaiting
Amar
now
Jawan
the
Jyoti.
arrival of the
The
Defence
naval
Minister, Mr.
contingent
George
and the
Fernandes,
Air Force contingent
followed by the arrival of the Prime Minister,
and
who will
Army
lay the
contingent
wreath
commanded
at
by Wing
the
Commander O.P. Gupta.
Amar Jawan Jyoti. And now
This is a
for
very solemn
continuing the
occasion
commentary,
and a
let me
very,
hand over
very
to my
solemn
colleague,
ceremony
Brigadier
in the
Chitranjan Sawant.
honor, in the
धन्यवाद
memory
सभी।
of the fallen braves who have laid their lives for the nation,
अंतर सेना गारद
who have given
India
ultimate
Gate पर।
sacrifice. And here are
India
names
Gate
of
की
all the
दीवारों
brave
पर
soldiers
ये
who
वही
fell
नाम है,
during the wars, First World War
13,16
onwards.
उन
And the
रण
names
बांकुरों
are
के नाम
inscribed on
जिन्हें वीर गति मिली
golden
एंग्लो अफगान
stone
युद्ध
at
में
the Amar Jawan
रणभूमि
Jyoti,
में
the arch of the India
उनका
Gate.
अंतिम संस्कार
You can
न हो
see
सका,
number of names
कहीं अंतिम
with their
विश्राम
regiments,
स्थल
numbers from the and
यह
their ranks.
युद्ध स्मारक
Must
है
be a
इंडिया
matter of
गेट,
honor for the family. This is the
और
army
यहाँ
contingent.
पर हर 26 जनवरी को
The Prime Minister will
1972
arrive and he will
से
be received
लेकर
by the
के
dignitaries
आज
at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, and
प्रधानमंत्री
thereafter they will lay
राष्ट्र
a
की ओर
wreath
से
at
अमर
the
जवान
Jyoti,
को
that is the
श्रद्धांजलि
eternal
अर्पित
flame.
करते हैं। थल सेना का ये दस्ता राजपूताना
Thereafter,
राइफल्स
Prime
का है।
Minister will
अमर
sign his book,
जवान,
that is the Amar Jawan,
जिए
the
तो
eternal
सदा
flame
इसी के
burning
लिए,
constantly
यही
throughout.
अभिमान रहे ये
What do you
हर्ष,
say about it, Major
निछावर
Vinod?
कर दें हम सर्वस्व हमारा
This
प्यारा
eternal flame, in
भारत।
fact, has been burning
अमर जवान
incessantly since
चबूतरे पर
1971.
उनकी राइफल और हेलमेट
Since
जो
1971,
शोक
this
का संदेश
flame has
देती
been
है।
eternally burning,
अभी इस समय राइफलें
symbolizing
बाजू शस्त्र
the
पर हैं,
gratitude and
लेकिन जब
unceasing
राइफल की
Thanksgiving
नली
from the country
उल्टी कर दी जाती है,
to the
सर
immortal
झुका दी जाते
soldier.
हैं, तो वो शोक शस्त्र है। श्री हरीन पाठक
Shri Haran Pathak,
जो रक्षा राज्य
Minister of State for
मंत्री
Defence
रक्षा
Production,
उत्पादन और आपूर्ति
has
के
just arrived.
वे आए। उन्होंने
Next,
श्री यूवी कृष्ण
on the scene will of course
जो
be
रक्षा राज्य मंत्री हैं,
the
उनके पास
Defence
अपना
Minister,
स्थान लिया।
Shri George Fernandes, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
जितने भी युद्ध
Prime Minister of
में
India will of
वीर
course
वीर गति को पाते हैं,
The chief guest for this occasion is
उन्हें हम कभी भूल नहीं
Mr.
सकते।
Cassam Uteem
सारा राष्ट्र उनका कृतज्ञ
and
है।
Mrs. Zora Uteem, the president of Mauritius.
सारा राष्ट्र इसलिए
And of
उनका
course, the
कृतज्ञ
ceremony
है
begin here at the India
क्योंकि उन्होंने
Gate.
देश की रक्षा में
Amar Jawan,
वेदी पर अपने प्राणों
Shri
की
George
आहुति।
Fernandes, the defense minister of India,
रक्षा मंत्री
who was a
श्री जॉर्ज
witness to yesterday's
फर्नांडिस,
launch of the Agni missile, a great honor and success
उन्होंने
to the
सशस्त्र
Indian
सेनाओं के
scientists.
सेना अध्यक्षों से
Further
हाथ
comments from
मिलाया
Nalin here.
और डिफेंस
Thank you,
सेक्रेटरी
Vinod.
Shri
Defense Minister George
Yogendra Narayan
Fernandes
से
just met Defense
अपना
Secretary Yogendra
स्थान
Narayan, now with General Padmanabhan, Admiral Madhendra
जनरल
Singh,
पद्मनाभन,
and Air Chief Marshal Krishna Swami here at the Amar
एडमिरल
Jawan
माधवेंद्र
Jyoti.
सिंह और एयर चीफ
All these
मार्शल कृष्ण
magnificent
स्वामी।
monuments, in fact,
युद्ध शहीद
have
स्मारक
been witness
26 जनवरी
struggle of
1972
India
को बनकर
in
तैयार हुआ
emerging
था और उसी
as a
दिन
proud republic.
पहली बार
They are
तत्कालीन
witness to a changing
प्रधानमंत्री
era
श्रीमती
and
इंदिरा
standing,
गांधी
in
ने
fact, in silent
राष्ट्र
salute
की
to the
ओर
Indian
से
Republic.
श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित की थी।
A day for us to remember and resolve also to make India a global
इंडिया
power.
गेट,
A nation with a world of
जिसकी
opportunities and
आधारशिला
promises for the future
1921
in
में
store.
रखी गई थी। 10 फरवरी
The pillars of this great
1921
sovereign democratic
ड्यूक ऑफ
republic
कनॉट ने
based
रखी
on
थी।
justice,
10 वर्ष
liberty,
बाद
equality and
1931
fraternity,
में बनकर तैयार हुआ
assuring dignity to every individual.
और उस समय इस
unity,
इंडिया गेट
diversity.
की लागत आकी गई थी
Flags of the three
मात्र
services
6 लाख रुपए। आज आप कल्पना
at the
नहीं
India
कर
Gate.
सकते। अमर
The Amar Jawan
जवान
Jyoti has been
जिन्होंने
decorated with
अपने
floral petals,
अंतिम सांस तक
and the media
राष्ट्र
contingent
के
awaiting the
लिए
arrival of Prime
अपना
Minister Atal Bihari
जीवन
Vajpayee
निछावर कर दिया, हंसते हंसते निछावर कर
will be
दिया।
here in a few minutes, and this marks the beginning of the Republic Day
तीनों
parade
ध्वज
of this year.
सशस्त्र सेनाओं का है।
प्रफुल्ल।
सबसे दाहिनी तरफ थल सेना,
Indeed.
बीच में नौसेना
Nalin, this is
और बाएं
the
तरफ
beginning of an
वायु
era,
सेना
as we
का।
can see, and this is the motorcade of a Prime Minister,
और अब
the security guard,
प्रधानमंत्री
alert, and
श्री
the
अटल
inter-services
बिहारी
guard has been
वाजपेयी का
given
इंडिया गेट
Savdhan.
पर आगमन।
The Prime Minister will be received by the Defense Minister and the other dignitaries present out there, and they'll lay a wreath at the Amar Jawan, the three chiefs, the naval contingent, very smart,
प्रधानमंत्री श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी
Correct.
तो स्वयं कवि हैं और
and this
दूसरों की
is a
कविताओं
very
का भी
solemn ceremony
सम्मान
which is
करते
about to
हैं।
begin.
तभी तो उन्होंने कहा कि रार
After
नहीं
laying the wreath,
ठानूंगा
there will be
किंतु
a
हार
2-minute
नहीं
silence observed.
और इन
A
शब्दों से
bugle will
प्रेरणा
sound.
ली।
The last post,
प्रधानमंत्री श्री
and after
अटल
2
बिहारी
minutes, a
वाजपेयी
rouse
की
will
अगवानी
then
रक्षा
start the
मंत्री
proceedings. The Prime
श्री
Minister
जॉर्ज
has arrived and
फर्नांडिस
is being
ने
received by Sri George Fernandes, and Prime Minister is now being escorted towards the Amar Jawan Jyoti, and the three chiefs will follow the Prime Minister on a slow march.
अब अंतर सेना गार्ड
That is the Salami Shastra being ordered
इस
by
समय
the guard commander, the wing commander.
सलामी शस्त्र कर रही है
And on slow march they move towards
और ये
Amar Jawan
पुष्प
Jyoti.
चक्र अमर जवान को श्रद्धांजलि स्वरूप अर्पित किया जाएगा। उसी चबूतरे को जहां उल्टी राइफल रखी है और बट पर हेलमेट है,
The Prime
ज्योति
Minister, the Prime Minister
24
leads the
घंटे
nation
सातों
in offering
दिन जलती रहती है,
the honor to the departed,
निरंतर प्रज्वलित रहती है अमर जवान ज्योति।
the immortal soldier of India.
हर फूल की यही इच्छा है, यही अभिलाषा है कि उस मार्ग पर छोड़ दिया जाए, फेंक दिया जाए जहां से अनेक वीर
The
जाते
Prime
हैं।
Minister will pay tribute to the brave Jawans who dedicated
वीरों का
their lives for the nation
अभिनंदन,
with a wreath laying ceremony
वीरों को शत शत
which is
नमन।
in progress now.
अंतर सेना गारद ने शोक शस्त्र किया और लास्ट पोस्ट।
After that 2 minutes silence, the buglers will sound rouse. That was the ceremony at the Amar Jawan Jyoti, the eternal flame in the honor of the immortal soldier. The Prime Minister will now sign at the visitor's book, where he leads the nation, as it were, in offering the gratitude of the nation and all our people to the soldiers, sailors and airmen who have done the country proud. The Prime Minister signing the visitor's book under the India Gate.
In fact, today, on this Republic Day, the date is dedicated to the armed forces of the nation. It's a day when the nation pledges its support to all personnel in uniform, who toil hard to defend our borders. In fact, at present, our armed forces are deployed at the frontiers and hence have only a limited participation in this year's Republic Day parade. And Prime Minister Rajpath leading the nation in offering homage at the Amar Jawan Jyoti at India Gate
या 1971 का युद्ध रहा हो,
हमारे
वीर सैनिक सदैव आगे बढ़ते रहे और उन्होंने अपनी जान की परवाह न करते हुए देश के लिए अपने प्राणों को न्यौछावर कर देश की आन बान शान के लिए प्रधानमंत्री ने थल सेनाध्यक्ष जनरल पद्मनाभन, एडमिरल माधवेंद्र सिंह और एयर चीफ मार्शल एस कृष्ण स्वामी से हाथ मिलाया। इसके बाद यहाँ से प्रधानमंत्री अब राजपथ के सलामी मंच की ओर प्रस्थान करेंगे और अब रीनी खन्ना
Thank you, Brigadier Savant. In the ascending ceremony at Amar Jawan Jyoti,
the three chiefs with the Prime Minister,
performed by
today's morning
Prime Minister
is indeed a very bright morning, and it's thanks to the rain
paying
last
homage
night
to the brave Jawans who
has
dedicated their
improved and
lives
the pollution has
to the nation
has disappeared,
by
and we
laying
can see
a
very
wreath
clearly all the
at
movements
the
and
immortal
of course
flame.
the smile, the bright smile with the bright sunshine
The
on
Prime
everybody's
Minister
face.
greeting
Prime Minister is very happy. He seems
the
to
three
be
service
very
chiefs,
pleased with the proceedings,
the Defence Minister,
and he will
the
now
two
be
Ministers of
escorted,
State,
of course,
and
getting a
the
last-minute
Defence Secretary,
adjustments.
and then
And this is a
the cavalcade
very
of cars
intense drill.
will proceed
All
towards
the movements on Rajpath from Amar
the
Jawan
saluting
Jyoti
base, where
towards
the rest of the
saluting
parade
base
will unfold.
is a very precise drill. With perfect timing, it has to be kept, and that is what the entire military precision is all about.
The majestic
Prime Minister's
Rajpath
car leaves the Amar Jawan Jyoti. Major Vinod Krishna.
on either side,
Absolutely right, Praful. It's not just the facility,
flags lining this
ceremony at Amar Jawan
beautiful
Jyoti, but the
pathway.
entire parade is really
That view
done
of
with
India Gate,
clockwork timing. That is a beautiful
as the
view of
cavalcade
India
moves
Gate,
forward.
seen from
On top
side
of the
Rashtrapati
edifice, you can
Bhavan.
see
You see
a
the
few figures standing,
the motorcade coming
where
in
we also
towards
have
the
a
saluting
camera
base,
placed.
and the row of tricolors all across
A parade
Rajpath are really
that has
providing
been
a magnificent
marked
sight,
today with
a feast to the eye. which of course is
beautiful displays
of all our viewers
color.
Within
this
and
is also
outside India.
A parade that is marked by the unprecedented security arrangements that have been made, keeping in mind
in today's, of course, parade, as we've been mentioning,
in the recent past.
Army, Navy and Air Force
officials arriving at the saluting base, a glimpse of which
minimal,
you can see now.
Because their duties on the border. However, we'll see 61 cavalry, the paramilitary forces,
in
police
front
forces,
of the saluting
National
base.
Cadet Corps, and the others.
We have the police commissioner.
There's the chief commissioner of police,
Mr. Ajay Raj Sharma,
Ajay Raj,
who
has done a tremendous work in leading his force to provide unprecedented security here in the city of Delhi.
The officials arriving here at the saluting days, the three chiefs,
naval chief coming in, naval
their
chief,
wives, all being taken to their respective
along with
places.
His gracious wife. Now,
the defense
just
secretary,
next to the saluting days, right in front
of
the
guiding them
national emblem
to
that
their
you've been seeing from time
places.
to time. We'll be seeing also the tableau.
The stands
the end
here
of the parade,
are completely filled with
the rich cultural heritage.
Officials,
the bravery award winner
members
children
of parliament,
will be
ministers,
seen on parade,
diplomats, but also common people who have walked and braved the cold
as time goes
and gone
on.
through several rings of security to get here and witness this spectacle which unfolds every year.
That's the VIP enclosure and other
members of the cabinet
enclosures around the saluting days.
That was
we could see External Affairs Minister Jaswant Singh, former Prime Minister Vishwanath Pratap Singh,
former Prime Minister,
and his wife. We can also see there are some people from diplomatic
to be part
corps
of this
as the Prime Minister's motorcade making its way down from India Gate towards the saluting days, which is in the direction of Vijayapad.
Of our diversity.
That's Defence Minister George Fernandes, who has arrived here at the saluting days to await the arrival of the Prime Minister. The three service chiefs are already there. So
all eyes now
Minister of State for Defence Production
on the cavalcade, bringing the Prime Minister, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, to this saluting days.
Second Minister of State in the Defence. Rajpath ambassadors, beautiful today morning. People from all walks of life are gathered here to witness in person
and the lead car here now,
the 53rd
Prime Minister.
Republic Day celebrations. The Prime Minister's carcade now arriving here at the saluting days. In fact, as Vinod was mentioning a short while ago, security arrangements have been extremely tight.
Flowers have been used.
Of course, the security is very tight. There is
all sorts of arrangements have been done here with using
the security arrangements.
It's amazing
under the Commissioner
the variety
of
that
Delhi,
we have,
Mr. Ajay Raj,
the different colours that we have,
made a tremendous impact and
spirit
effect. In fact, it is visible and it has been appreciated all over. And this is, of course, we can see the one or other security drill with the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister.
And this always impresses us because they put in a lot of effort and a lot of time on this.
Alighting from
Defense
his
Minister,
car.
Shri George Fernandes, now receiving the Prime Minister as he steps out of the car.
Being
they have just returned from Amar Jawan Jyoti, as I told you, in ascending order of seniority. And he will be now escorted and introduced. Once again, he will greet the three chiefs, the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force Chief. And there's a atmosphere of gaiety, as you can see. And the entire atmosphere has changed because the chill of the winter has been dispelled by the morning rising sun, and it's a beautiful day, and it is very clear indeed. Major Vinod, what do you say about this gay atmosphere?
Absolutely perfect spectacle here.
After exchanging a few
thousands and thousands of viewers
the Prime Minister now
who are
moves towards
spectating
the stands
here
where
at Rajpath are really going to be thrilled, and they'll carry
cabinet,
memories in their hearts and minds which will remain
members of Parliament,
with them
diplomats,
throughout their lives. This celebration goes on in Delhi, the capital of India, which in fact leads the celebrations all across the world,
just
wherever
a few
Indians
moments
live,
before he climbs up the
particularly within the
steps
country,
leading to
in the
presidential
state
box,
capitals,
spending a little time with
district
the
headquarters,
officials,
talukas, and the Prime Minister greeting the dignitaries. The former Prime Minister you just saw, Vishwanath Pratap Singh ji,
P.V. Narasimha Rao,
Shri Narasimha Rao ji,
former Prime Minister,
and Shri
Mr.
I.K. Gujral, the former Prime Ministers, all in here. The Defence Minister, Mr. Yashwant Sinha, was just seen. All the people here greeting the Prime Minister on this solemn occasion, and in fact receiving the greetings back from him
Vice President,
on this 53rd.
Mr. Krishnakant,
Prime Minister exchanging notes with Home Minister L.K. Advani.
Mr. L.K. Advani being introduced
Advani
to
also
the Prime Minister there,
standing next to him.
As he moves forward
the Prime
to
Minister
receive the other guests.
Moving from the
mood
VIP
here,
enclosure,
one of great expectation.
Towards
everybody is eager to see
the gate of the saluting
the
days,
unfolding of this
we just saw
beautiful parade.
The carcade of the Vice President, Shri Krishnakant, followed by the
we have a few special guests here
down from
on the invitation
Vijay
of
Chowk
the Prime Minister.
The saluting days, and the Prime
Children
Minister
who have come from all over India
and ready to greet
to witness this parade.
Yes, in fact, we can see the carcade now of the Vice President,
the cavalcade that you can see on your screens now.
Just about arriving at the saluting
the Vice
days.
President of India, Mr. Krishnakant.
That's right. Nalin, you're right. We can see all of these columns. Normally, we wouldn't have seen it because of the poor visibility and all other days. But today, the visibility being so good that we can see not only the Vice President's motorcade there, greeted by Defence Minister. The Vice President is now stepping out, and Mr. Krishnakant
पहुंच चुके जैसा कि आपने देखा और अब देश के उप राष्ट्रपति श्री कृष्णकांत जी सपत्नी श्रीमती सुमन कृष्णकांत के साथ पधारे प्रधानमंत्री और रक्षा मंत्री ने उनकी अगवानी की
और
श्री
a very good morning to the three chiefs, and it's indeed a very happy occasion.
इस समय तीनों सेनाध्यक्षों और राज्य मंत्री तथा रक्षा सचिव और रक्षा उत्पादन राज्य मंत्री से परिचय प्राप्त करने के बाद उपराष्ट्रपति जी अपने स्थान पर पधार रहे हैं इस समय और अब विजय चौक की ओर से पृष्ठभूमि में है राष्ट्रपति भवन राष्ट्रपति श्री के नारायणन यहाँ पधार रहे हैं स्वागतम की धुन इस समय वातावरण को मुखरित कर रही है जहाँ और प्रधानमंत्री जी और रक्षा मंत्री प्रतीक्षा में राष्ट्रपति अपने अंगरक्षकों की अगुवाई में राजपथ की ओर पधार रहे हैं अंगरक्षकों का अपना इतिहास है वाराणसी में 1773 में इस दल का गठन किया था तत्कालीन ब्रिटिश वायसराय ने
postcard. Perfect. It's a beautiful, a magnificent, a soul-stirring sight indeed. Such a wonderful day.
हमारे देश में आए मान्य अतिथि मॉरिशस के राष्ट्रपति महामहिम श्री कासम उद्दीन भी राष्ट्रपति के साथ पधारेंगे, लेकिन उनसे पहले श्रीमती जोहरा उद्दीन यहाँ पधारेंगी। भव्य दृश्य इस समय घुड़सवार अंगरक्षक जिनका अपना एक बहादुरी और शौर्य का इतिहास है।
Zohra Uteem arriving here at the saluting days.
मॉरिशस के राष्ट्रपति महामहिम श्री कासम उद्दीन की धर्मपत्नी श्रीमती जोहरा उद्दीन और उनके साथ ही हैं श्रीमती उषा नारायणन, देश की प्रथम महिला नागरिक।
Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Defence Minister George Fernandes proceeding
उनकी अगवानी करके अब विशेष मंच तीनों सेनाध्यक्ष और इससे पहले रक्षा सचिव श्री योगेंद्र नारायण, रक्षा उत्पादन राज्य मंत्री श्री हरेन पाठक और रक्षा राज्य मंत्री से उन्होंने परिचय प्राप्त किया। गणतंत्र दिवस एक महान पर्व हमारे देश का।
And this is a sight which is so beautiful. The President's bodyguard escorted 46 of bodyguards on their magnificent bay-colored mounts. Raful, you would be able to tell us a lot about the history and the ceremony attached to this.
It is indeed a very nostalgic ceremony. In fact, it reminds you of the grandeur of our ancient civilization and culture, because this is part of the same. The President's bodyguard is commanded by Colonel Mali. Of course, they have broken up the formation, and the President's car is now alongside the saluting dais, and President is being received by the Prime Minister and the Defence Minister. along with the chief guest, Mr. Cassam Uteem, President of
देश
India,
के
the Supreme
प्राचीनतम
Commander
रेजिमेंटों में से
of
है।
Indian Armed Forces, will take the
राष्ट्रपति जी
salute.
की अगवानी की रक्षा मंत्री जी ने,
President's
प्रधानमंत्री जी
bodyguard
ने और
made of
साथ ही
46
मॉरिशस
horsemen.
के राष्ट्रपति
Of course, they
श्री
came in
कासम
4
उद्दीन।
columns, flanking the president from front and rear, and Mr. Cassam Uteem, and along with the President of India, are now proceeding towards their respective places and are being greeted by the ministers and the 3 service chiefs, the Army, the Navy and the Air Force chief, and Mr. Cassam Uteem has served at a number of posts before he became the president, and he represented his country in the youth organization at the United Nations. And President's bodyguard, which was formed in 1773 at Banaras as the proud
आज के इस समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि। आपने फ्रांस में समाज सेवा और मनोविज्ञान का अध्ययन किया, वहीं से मनोविज्ञान में एमए किया और स्वदेश वापसी पर
Mr. Cassam Uteem has had a long and illustrious political career spanning over 3 decades in the service of the people of Mauritius.
मॉरिशस के युवा वर्ग के आदर्श पुरुष और मार्गदर्शक
of the President's bodyguard.
श्री कासम उद्दीन जन जन में लोकप्रिय। और हाँ, एक बड़ी रोचक बात यह है कि आप सामान्य नागरिक के साथ उन्हीं के घर जाकर बहुत ही चाव से चाय पीते हैं। इस समय सलामी मंच की ओर अग्रसर हो रहे हैं।
He was first elected as the municipal councillor Port Louis in 1969 and subsequently elected to the Legislative Assembly in 1976.
दंपति की श्रीमती जोहरा उद्दीन और श्री कासम उद्दीन की पहचान है। श्री के.आर. नारायणन
along with the chief guest on the
ने हाथ हिलाकर
symbolizing the great
समूह का
and
अभिवादन
long
स्वीकार
friendship
किया।
existing between India and
मॉरिशस का भारत का बड़ा अभिन्न संपर्क रहा है।
also been the deputy prime minister prior to being elevated
याद कीजिए नवंबर 1834 का वो ऐतिहासिक दिन जब आशा और आशंका का मिला-जुला दिन था। पहला भारतीय श्रमिक दल मॉरिशस पहुंचा, यातनाएं सही, उफ नहीं किया। सलामी दी जा रही है।
The 21-gun salute came from the gunners of 81 Field Battery of the 12th Field Regiment, just as the President had unfurled the national flag. This battery is commanded by Major J.S. Bali. And on the way out are these men of 61 Cavalry, President Bodyguard, I beg your pardon, President Bodyguard, the senior-most regiment of Indian Army, raised in 1773 at Varanasi by the then Governor General. They're not just riders actually, these soldiers, as may be perceived sometime or the other. They're all trained horsemen, qualified paratroopers and official tanksmen. They have shown their prowess in airborne and mechanical roles. The regiment has also won many standards, guides and banners over the years. What do you think of them?
पूरे विश्व से पर्यटक आते हैं और वहाँ के समाज में सौहार्द और संगठन
President of India Shri K.R. Narayanan, Chief Guest Mr. Cassam Uteem, Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Defence Minister George Fernandes, First Lady Shri
Kassam Uteem,
Usha Narayanan and
हमारे राष्ट्रपति श्री के.आर. नारायणन के दाहिनी तरफ.
All of them here, the saluting.
आज मौसम बहुत ही अच्छा है.
Days,
आसमान
the national tricolour fluttering gloriously
और अब समय आ गया आज के अलंकरण समारोह का।
Indeed, a day that every Indian is proud of. The VIP enclosure.
4 अशोक चक्र आज प्रदान किए जाएंगे।
That's Delhi's police chief,
दिल्ली के
Mr.
पुलिस
Ajay Raj
कमिश्नर
Sharma,
श्री अजय राज शर्मा, आप बीचों बीच उनको यूनिफॉर्म में देख सकते हैं। उन्हीं के ही नेतृत्व में दिल्ली में आज सुरक्षा की व्यवस्था है और हमें उस व्यवस्था पर गर्व है। सभी कुछ शांत है और सभी व्यवस्था के अनुसार चल रहा है। ये विहंगम दृश्य इस समय आप राजपथ का देख रहे हैं दूर छोर पर। और इस समय अब इंडिया गेट इस समय नायक रणबीर सिंह तोमर कुमाऊं रेजिमेंट के उनकी पत्नी श्रीमती संगर जो कि इस समय वहां पर पुरस्कार राष्ट्रपति से ग्रहण करेंगी। अशोक चक्र
साथियों को खतरा है तो वे अपनी सुरक्षा की तनिक भी परवाह न करते हुए उस कक्ष में झपट कर घुस गए जहां चौथे आतंकवादी ने उनकी बाईं आंख के नीचे गोली मार दी। गंभीर जख्मों के बावजूद उन्होंने हथगोला फेंककर चौथे आतंकवादी को मार गिराया। उस बहादुर सैनिक ने इस कार्रवाई में अकेले ही 4 दुर्दांत आतंकवादियों को मार गिराया। बाद में सुरक्षित स्थान को ले जाते वक्त वे अपनी घातक चोटों के कारण वीर गति को प्राप्त हुए। इस प्रकार नायक रणबीर सिंह तोमर ने शानदार बहादुरी, अदम्य साहस और साथी सैनिकों की सुरक्षा हेतु भारतीय सेना की उच्चतम परंपरा के अनुरूप सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया। स्वर्गीय नायक रणबीर सिंह तोमर की पत्नी श्रीमती साकेत सेंगर।
Ashok Chakra being presented posthumously to Nayak Ranbir Singh Tomar. Kumaon, 26 Rashtriya Rifles. Nayak Ranbir Singh Tomar displayed most conspicuous bravery, raw courage, concern for fellow soldiers, and made supreme sacrifice in the highest traditions of Indian Army.
Today to people who we remember from the attack on Parliament on December 13th.
Srimati
Their heroism, their courage in defending
Srimati Saket Samgar has just received the award.
The first Ashok Chakra was just given.
It's a moment of great sadness in the hearts of the beloved ones, but at the same time, some consolation in the honor that comes from the nation. Ashok Chakra, the highest gallantry award in the peacetime. Ashok Chakra is also being given away to
for his late wife,
Srimati Kamlesh Kumari, Central Reserve Police Force, again posthumously.
There is visible pride.
On the 13th of December 2001, Constable Kamlesh Kumari was on duty at Iron Gate number 1 of Parliament House to assist the watch and ward staff for checking and frisking duty. Iron Gate number 1 is the main entrance
13 दिसंबर 2001 को संसद भवन के गेट संख्या 1 पर सुरक्षा स्टाफ को जांच ड्यूटी में सहायता देने के लिए तैनात थी। लोहे का गेट संख्या 1 वो मुख्य प्रवेश द्वार है जहां से सभी विशिष्ट व्यक्ति संसद भवन में प्रवेश करते हैं। लगभग 11:40 पर 5 आतंकवादी एक एम्बेसडर कार में संसद भवन परिसर में घुसे। भवन के गेट संख्या 11 के पास पहुंचते ही उन्होंने अंधाधुंध गोली चलानी और हथगोले फेंकने शुरू कर दिए। इस गोलीबारी में दिल्ली पुलिस के 4 जवान, संसद के सुरक्षा स्टाफ का 1 जवान और एक माली की मृत्यु हो गई और कई अन्य लोग घायल हो गए। आतंकवादियों द्वारा की जा रही अंधाधुंध फायरिंग से परिसर में मौजूद भारी संख्या में सिविलियन दहशत में आकर सुरक्षित स्थानों की ओर भागने लगे। संसद भवन का गेट नंबर 11 लोहे के गेट संख्या 1 के एकदम नजदीक है जहां पर कांस्टेबल कमलेश कुमारी ड्यूटी पर थी। यद्यपि उनके पास कोई हथियार नहीं था, फिर भी उन्होंने अपनी ड्यूटी की जगह नहीं छोड़ी। गोलियों की बौछार के बीच भी उन्होंने आतंकवादियों की हरकतों पर नजर रखी और आतंकवादियों की हरकतों से अपने आसपास मौजूद लोगों को सचेत करती रही। इस बीच उन्हें आतंकवादियों की गोलियां लगी जो कि जानलेवा साबित हुई और वे ड्यूटी स्थल पर ही वीर गति को प्राप्त हो गई। उनके इस वीरतापूर्ण कार्य के कारण न केवल संसद बड़े विध्वंस से बच सका, बल्कि उन्होंने चारों ओर मौजूद सुरक्षा बलों को भी चौकस कर दिया, जिन्होंने अंततः सभी आतंकवादियों को मार डाला। इस प्रकार कांस्टेबल कमलेश कुमारी ने अपने दायित्व के प्रति संपूर्ण समर्पण और असाधारण साहस का परिचय दिया और आतंकवादियों की गोलीबारी के समक्ष सर्वोच्च वीरता का प्रदर्शन करते हुए अपने जीवन का बलिदान दिया। स्वर्गीय कांस्टेबल कमलेश कुमारी के पति श्री अवधेश कुमार।
The Ashok Chakra being posthumously presented to Constable Kamlesh Kumari from the Central Reserve Police Force.
Her husband, Mr. Avdesh Kumar. Constable Kamlesh Kumari showed tremendous courage, total commitment to her duty, and sacrificed her life in a supreme act of valor in the face of terrorists' fire.
When the nation
she was fatally hit by the terrorists when she was on duty,
the honors on all those brave soldiers
who
made the supreme sacrifice.
It was her gallant act which not only saved Parliament House from great disaster, but also alerted all the security forces
another
around, who ultimately
Ashok Chakra will be presented
to
Shri Jagdish Prasad Yadav, who was security assistant at the Parliament House. Again, it's being presented posthumously.
Another awarding of the Ashok Chakra.
Shri Jagdish Prasad Yadav had displayed conspicuous bravery and extraordinary courage and valor by taking on 5 armed terrorists single-handedly.
Security assistant at Parliament House.
And he was unarmed. That is Mr. Vijay Kapoor, the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi.
There we see Mrs. Prem
In fact,
Yadav,
Shri Jagdish Prasad Yadav, his wife,
slowly
Srimati Prem Yadav, is here to receive the Ashok Chakra on his behalf. He laid down his life while performing his duties and has set an example for others to emulate.
Outside the building near gate numbers 11 and 12.
He laid down his life when 5 armed terrorists had tried to storm the Indian Parliament on 13th of December 2001, a day when terrorists attacked the temple of Indian democracy, the Parliament House, leaving a nation outraged and even more committed in its resolve to tackle this menace.
श्री जगदीश प्रसाद यादव 13 दिसंबर 2001 को संसद भवन के गेट संख्या 11 और 12 के नजदीक भवन के बाहर माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति के प्रस्थान की व्यवस्था देख रहे थे। लगभग 11:40 पर एक सफेद एम्बेसडर कार बड़ी तेजी से संसद भवन के गेट संख्या 11 की ओर बढ़ी। उन्होंने कार को रुकने का संकेत दिया और चिल्लाकर इसे रुकने के लिए कहते हुए उस कार के पीछे दौड़े। जैसे ही श्री यादव कार के नजदीक पहुंचे, 5 सशस्त्र आतंकवादी कार से कूदे और उन्होंने अंधाधुंध गोली चलानी शुरू कर दी। यद्यपि श्री जगदीश प्रसाद यादव के पास कोई शस्त्र नहीं था, फिर भी वे आतंकवादियों की ओर बढ़ते रहे और इसी दौरान एक गोली उनके पैर में आ लगी। अपनी सुरक्षा की परवाह न करते हुए अब श्री यादव भवन के गेट संख्या 12 की ओर ये चिल्लाते हुए दौड़े कि आतंकवादी आ गए, दरवाजा बंद कर लो, जिससे उनके साथी चौकन्ने हो गए। इसे देखते हुए आतंकवादियों ने पूरी गोलियां इनके ऊपर झोंक दी। गोलियां बहुत करीब से उनके सिर में आ लगी और वे संसद भवन के गेट संख्या 12 के पास गिर पड़े और तत्काल वीर गति को प्राप्त हो गए। इस प्रकार श्री जगदीश प्रसाद यादव पहले सुरक्षा कार्मिक थे जिन्होंने संसद भवन की संपूर्ण सुरक्षा व्यवस्था को चौकन्ना किया, जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप बाद में आतंकवादियों के आक्रमण को बेकार किया जा सका। इस प्रकार श्री जगदीश प्रसाद यादव ने अकेले और बिना शस्त्र के 5 सशस्त्र आतंकवादियों का सामना करते हुए अनुकरणीय बहादुरी, असाधारण साहस और शौर्य का प्रदर्शन किया। उन्होंने अपने दायित्वों का निर्वाह करते हुए अपना जीवन बलिदान कर दिया और दूसरों के अनुकरण के लिए एक उदाहरण प्रस्तुत किया। स्वर्गीय श्री जगदीश प्रसाद यादव की पत्नी श्रीमती प्रेम यादव।
That is Srimati Prem Yadav, receiving the posthumous award on behalf of her husband, Shri Jagdish Prasad Yadav, Security Assistant at the Parliament House. These awards indeed raise the morale of the fighting forces because it shows the gratitude of the nation towards the fallen brave. And it goes a very, very long way in building up the morale of the forces.
Repercussions of which we are still grappling with.
Appreciating audiences.
Lok Sabha Speaker GMC Balayogi is there, seated in the VIP enclosure, as also other, as we saw, members of Parliament. Mr. Jaswant Singh, Mr. Pramod Mahajan, Mr. Omar Abdullah, Minister of State for External Affairs, Mr. Arun Jaitley, and Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, who is the Rural Development Minister. And now Ashoka Chakra to be presented to Shri Madhbir Singh Negi, Security Assistant at the Parliament House. Again, he's receiving it posthumously.
Duty at building gate number 11 of Parliament House when the White Ambassador car
also showed conspicuous bravery and extraordinary courage in facing the 5 armed terrorists. His wife,
to stop them,
Srimati
during which he
Kalka
was
Devi, is
in his
receiving
abdomen.
the award on his behalf.
Injured,
Madhbir Singh Negi laid down his life while performing his duties at the Parliament House on 13th December.
Into Parliament House.
In fact, he had been injured, was rushed to hospital, and he succumbed to his injuries on 16th December 2001.
लगभग 11:40 पर एक सफेद एम्बेसडर कार बड़ी तेजी से गेट संख्या 11 की ओर बढ़ी। इस कार ने माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति की कार को टक्कर मार दी और पूरी तरह से हथियारों से लैस 5 आतंकवादियों ने कार में से कूदकर अपनी स्वचालित राइफलों से अंधाधुंध गोलीबारी शुरू कर दी। श्री माधवर सिंह नेगी बड़ी हिम्मत के साथ आतंकवादियों को रोकने के लिए उनकी ओर बढ़े। इस दौरान उनके पेट में गोलियां आ लगी। जानलेवा घाव लगने के बावजूद श्री नेगी ने चौकसी और तुरंत बुद्धि का परिचय देते हुए दरवाजे बंद कर दिए। इस गेट के बंद होने से आतंकवादी संसद भवन में नहीं घुस सके और बहुत से व्यक्तियों की जीवन की सुरक्षा हो सकी। गंभीर रूप से घायल श्री नेगी को तत्काल अस्पताल पहुंचाया गया, जहां 16 दिसंबर 2001 को घावों के कारण वे वीर गति को प्राप्त हुए। इस प्रकार श्री माधवर सिंह नेगी ने अकेले ही बिना हथियारों के 5 सशस्त्र आतंकवादियों का सामना करते हुए अनुकरणीय वीरता और असाधारण साहस का प्रदर्शन किया। उन्होंने अपने दायित्वों का निर्वाह करते हुए अपने जीवन का बलिदान दिया और दूसरों के अनुकरण के लिए एक उदाहरण प्रस्तुत किया। स्वर्गीय श्री माधवर सिंह नेगी की पत्नी श्रीमती कल्पा नेगी।
Shri Madhvar Singh Negi showed conspicuous bravery and extraordinary courage in facing 5 armed terrorists single-handedly and unarmed, and he laid down his life while performing his duties, setting an example for others to emulate. As we noticed, out of these 4 Ashok Chakras that were awarded today,
to mark the commencement
one
of the parade,
was from the army and the others from
MI-8 helicopters, 4 of them,
and of course
which are going to
here we see the beginning of the parade
flag and the ensigns of the army, the navy and the air force.
Ruffle.
That's right.
And the 2
and
wingmen
we have now the
flower petals over the audience.
Coming back
Formation
again
led
on
by
the
Wing
parade
Commander
with
A.K.
4
Prasar.
Mi-8 helicopters trailing the national ensign and the inter-services ensign, the formation led by Wing Commander A.K. Pradhan, flying at 200 feet at 90 kilometers per hour, showering rose petal. They approach the saluting DS, and that is a magnificent sight. Mi-8 is a workhorse of Indian Air Force, flying from Siachen to the Indian Ocean Islands, and here they are releasing the gold and red petals, the rose petals,
on Rajpath,
drifting down on to the Rajpath and on the
height of about 200
and the
feet,
national flag fluttering
speeds
down.
of about 90 kilometers.
The fine prop of the 4 Mi-8 helicopters has raised everybody's enthusiasm, and everybody looks up eagerly towards the 4 flying machines in perfect formation as they proceed towards India Gate, trailing the national colour and the inter-services inside. The wind has blown by the downward wash of the propellers of the
parade commander,
and with that we look down
in his
towards the beginning of the parade
Major General
with the parade commander,
N.S.
Major General
Pathania
N.S.
of
Pathania,
APSM,
Param Ati Vishesh Seva Medal, General of the Commanding Delhi Area. Major General Patania was commissioned the 1st Battalion of the 5th Gurkha Rifles in December of 1966 and had the privilege of subsequently commanding
strike formation and
the same unit.
Brigadier General Staff of a corps.
During his career, he has served in the Kashmir Valley, deserts of Rajasthan, as well as high-altitude areas in various command and staff appointments. And General Patania is being followed by his Deputy Commander, Brigadier Sudeep Kumar Uppal, Deputy General of the commanding Delhi area. General Patania now presenting his salute
Delhi area Brigadier Sudeep
the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces.
Prior to his present appointment.
Rashtrapati receiving the salute, and that is the Deputy Commander of the Delhi area, Brigadier Sudhir Kumar Uppal. Brigadier Sudhir Kumar Uppal presents his salute to the President of India.
President
of India,
acknowledging his salute.
Very, very happily returns the salute of the brave, and we look towards the Rajpath once again, and there are the
award winners,
Veer Chakra, Ashoka Chakra, and
Paramveer Chakra, the Ashok Chakra,
Victoria Cross winners coming on radiant peaks. That we give you over to Major Vinod.
Thank you, Praful. That is Havildar Yoginder Singh Yadav, Paramveer Chakra. Along with him, they drive along in great glory,
Havildar Sanjay Kumar, PVC,
our Lieutenant Colonel Dhan Singh
Thapa,
Thapa,
PVC, Ashok Chakra, Lieutenant
Havildar
Colonel
Sanjay Kumar,
Singh,
PVC, Colonel C.A.
Subedar
Pitwala,
Major, now Honorary Captain Bandari Ram.
AC, Lieutenant Colonel Jasram Singh, AC. That is Ashok Chakra. Subedar Major, Honorary Captain Bandari Ram, Victoria
The Paramveer
Cross.
Chakra is awarded for the most conspicuous act of bravery and self-sacrifice in the face of the enemy.
The nation salutes
the Ashok
today.
Chakra too is awarded for similar acts of valor and self-sacrifice.
Paramveer Chakra, as we know, is
While
awarded
the
for the
Victoria
most
Cross
conspicuous
is a
act of
pre-independence
bravery and
gallantry.
self-sacrifice in the face of the enemy. While Ashok Chakra is also awarded for similar acts of valor and self-sacrifice, but otherwise in the face of the
sight
enemy.
to see these winners of the highest gallantry awards.
Besides, of course, the Ashok
participating
Chakra,
so
the
proudly
President of India has awarded
in fact,
great honors
leading the parade
to
just behind
422 men and officers.
It's only
on
appropriate
this
that they,
occasion of
the people who really,
the
by the
53rd
example,
Republic
demonstrated
Day
to
of
the
India.
forces the supreme value of sacrifice and service, that they should lead
They are the
this
award
parade.
winners.
And behind them comes the
And
61st
in
Cavalry,
sight
dressed in the
now is
ceremonial
the
uniform.
Contingent from 61 Cavalry,
Wonderful sight it is
dressed in
indeed, the
their
erstwhile
ceremonial
Gwalior
uniform,
Lancers marching in step to the tune
inherited
of
from the
Cavalry
erstwhile
Brigade, the only
Gwalior
horse
Lancers
cavalry
marching
in
in
the
steps
world
to the tune
today.
of Cavalry Brigade is the
Very
only
proud
horse
of it
cavalry
we
in the
are.
world today,
Contingent
61st
by Major
Cavalry.
Atul Gupta, a national polo
Commanded
player.
by Major
Yes, and
Atul
it is
Gupta, a
indeed
national
amazing
polo
that
player
in today's
himself.
age of advanced technology
61
and
Cavalry has had
latest
the distinction of
machinery,
leading
we
one of the
still have
last
a forced
recorded cavalry charges
Here, the 61st
in the history.
Cavalry,
During the
commanded
First
by
World War,
Major
it captured the Turkish-held
What's
post
interesting is
Haifa
that this
in
cavalry
Palestine.
has
The field like questions
it has the
about
distinction of
the
having
regiment
led one of the
has,
last recorded
excelled
cavalry
and
charges
has
in history
earned
during the First
one
World
Padma
War,
Shri,
when it
9
captured the
Arjun
Turkish
Awards,
held post of
besides
Haifa
those 2
in
gold and 3
Palestine.
bronze medals at the Asian Games. That is 61 Cavalry.
As the contingent of the 61st
Coming up next will
Cavalry
be from the
moves
Defence
forward,
Research and Development Organization, or the DRDO,
we wait
the Nishant. We can just about
Defence
see it,
Research
a
and
remotely
Development
piloted
Organisation
vehicle on its hydro-pneumatic launcher, approaching
giving
the
a glimpse
dais.
of their latest
It
projects.
fulfills the requirements of battlefield surveillance,
Leading them is
reconnaissance,
Nishant, a
real-time
remotely
target
piloted vehicle on
engagement
its
by artillery
hydro-pneumatic
fire
launcher.
and damage assessment
It
of
fulfills
the
the
Indian
requirements
Army.
of the battlefield
This unmanned aerial
surveillance,
vehicle has a flight
reconnaissance,
endurance of
and
5
target
hours
engagement by
and can
artillery
cruise up
fire
to
and
about
damage assessment
150
of the Indian
kilometer at an altitude of
This is
3.6
an unmanned
kilometers
aerial
or
vehicle which has a
3,600
flight
meters
endurance of
with
5
a range of
hours
700
and
kilometers.
can cruise
Raful.
at up to
That's right,
125 to 150
Nalin,
kilometers
this is
per
a
hour
very,
at
very
an
important
altitude
vehicle,
3,600
flying vehicle in the
meters,
battlefield,
range of
because it
700
gives the
kilometers.
real-time picture to the artillery commanders and tactical commanders on the ground, so they can reassess the damages done, and then they can
All their latest
replan their
projects
attacks,
from the
and
Defence
it
Research
can
and Development
continuously give the
Organisation.
information for 5.5 hours,
After
and that makes a
Nishant,
very, very
which is the
effective
unmanned
machine, as we can
aerial
say.
vehicle.
It can fly up to 11 to 12,000 feet. The Nishant right in front of us.
In fact, the Defence Research and Development Organization, or the DRDO as we call it, has played an important role in the indigenization of our military capabilities and might, and has many laurels to its credit.
Its payload
That's
includes
Nishant just
cameras
across
and
in front of the saluting days.
day and night operational capabilities.
Following the Nishant will be the Sarvatra, which again has been designed by the Defence Research and Development Organization, which is a mechanically mounted multi-span mobile bridging system. Now, this is
नियंत्रित किया जा सकता है, दिखने में एक छोटा सा खिलौना, लेकिन दुश्मन पर एक प्रकार से टोह लेने के लिए बहुत ही सफल है।
Up to within about 100 minutes and to a width of 75 meters. That's very important, Praful, isn't it?
It's very important because in a fast-moving tactical battle, the tanks and all come across rivers, gorges and of course canals.
रक्षा अनुसंधान और विकास संगठन द्वारा बनाया गया बहुभागीय गतिशील पुल प्रणाली है, सर्वत्र कहते हैं इसे, और हर वाहन पर आप देखिए 15 मीटर लंबाई के पुल रखे हुए हैं इस समय। सर्वत्र के जरिए 75 मीटर चौड़ी नदी और नहरों पर सिर्फ 100 मिनट में 5 हिस्सों वाला पुल बनाया जा सकता है। इस पुल से सेना के भारी से भारी वाहन और टैंक गुजर सकते हैं।
Having served in the Corps of Engineers myself, I can tell you that
ये वो उपकरण हैं जिन पर न केवल भारतीय सेना को बल्कि पूरे देश को नाज है।
Giving tremendous advantage
सेना के लिए मार्ग प्रशस्त करने वाले नदी नालों को पार करने के लिए सर्वत्र
means
प्रमुख भूमिका निभाता है,
which is also the motto of the Corps of Engineers.
और अब आकाश की तरफ नजर उठाए नजर आ रहा है मिसाइल, जमीन से जमीन पर मार करने वाली ऑपरेशनल इंटरमीडिएट रेंज बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल अग्नि 2। इसे देखते ही शत्रु के दिल थर्रा उठते हैं। 2000 किलोमीटर से भी ज्यादा दूरी तक और उसके साथ ही 1000 किलोग्राम वजन के आग्नेय स्तर से मार करने की क्षमता है। इसमें 2 ठोस प्रॉपेलर रॉकेट मोटर, उन्नत पुनः प्रवेश निर्देशन प्रणाली, रेल और सड़क रास्ते द्वारा ले जा सकने वाली प्रणालियां प्रयुक्त हैं। हाँ सुनिए।
Yes, Devji, I will tell you that a variant of the Agni surface missile was flight tested successfully today, that is yesterday, 25th of January 2002, at 8:45 hours. The newspapers are full of the news today. This was tested from the island test range of the Orissa coast. The mission objectives were fully met, as confirmed by data from a network of ground radars, telemetry stations, and visual observations from
Chief of the Air Staff, Chief Marshal S. Krishnaswamy, Dr. V.K. Atre, Scientific Advisor to Defence Minister, and other scientific officers. A great tribute and a feather in the cap of the DRDO scientists.
इन हथियारों पर तो देश सेना को गर्व है ही, लेकिन अब ये है बैंड
glory coming in the form of pipes and drums, mass pipes and drums. This majestic column of pipes and drums come from Grenadiers, Rajpath, Sikh Light Infantry, and of course Gorkha Rifles of the Indian Army. The mass pipes and drums are led by Subedar Major R.L. Pun of Gorkha Rifles, playing the tune Shanane.
उनके नेतृत्व में पाइप और ड्रम्स कदम से कदम मिलाते हुए और ठीक उसकी धुन पर कदम मिलाते हुए ये हैं भूतपूर्व सैनिक जिन्होंने मैदान जंग में कितनी ही बार अपने शौर्य का प्रदर्शन किया है। इस समय इनका नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं सुबेदार आज ही देखिए आप चाहे अब ये वर्दियां न पहनते हों, लेकिन इनके सीनों पर चमकते ये पदक कहानी सुना रहे हैं इनके वीर, ताकि गाथाएं खड़ी हैं इन्होंने रण क्षेत्र में देश के लिए अपना सर्वस्व देने को सदा तत्पर रहे और आज भी तत्पर हैं अगर जरूरत पड़े। उसके बाद फिर बैंड अब आ रहे हैं अर्धसैनिक और सबसे पहले इंस्पेक्टर NC नाथ के नेतृत्व में सीमा सुरक्षा बल विजय भारत जो लक्ष्य है हर पुलिस के जवान और सैनिक का।